My name's Over, joined by Nexus, and it's going to be another great morning here, of course, in our cozy rooms or cozy studios, wherever you might be. Nexus, how are you doing this morning?
Less than okay.
I know.
You just had to go and ask. You just had
yes,
to.
Yes. The cat story will haunt you forever. But
It
we
will
are
haunt me
not
forever.
here because of the cat. We are here because of something very different, and that is, of course, the quarterfinals of the Malta Vibes Knockout Series number 4. And we do have Blink versus ECSTATIC coming up, Nexus. It is going to be once more the Danes that we're going to be watching here, and this time facing off the Albanian squad of Blink.
Exactly, and this has got to be a real good match, I gotta say, as well. Like, Blink, I love to see them make it this far. Like, from nowhere now all the way out here as well. They're just proving me right in saying that they are the sort of team you have to watch out for. They can make these deep runs, and their next victim is gonna be ECSTATIC, if I'm gonna just have to guess. I don't think it's... I don't think they're gonna lose. I still believe in the Blink train. I think pound for pound they're a bit of a better team.
Whew, okay, those are some strong words and convictions.
They are.
Not gonna lie.
They are, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not as I would say as convinced as you are when it comes down to Blink. But then again, I can see where you're coming from, and most certainly their individual skill, and more specifically the skill ceiling that they're able to reach, is quite insanely high. With that being said, going over the quarterfinals here, more specifically the rest of the brackets, as you guys can see. Now, before we jump into the details of the match itself, we do have now 4 quarterfinals to be played out, starting off with already mentioned Blink versus ECSTATIC. Then it's going to be, of course, MOUZ NXT versus OneWin. We are going to be doing Dignitas versus INDE IRAE just after Blink ECSTATIC, and then, as I said, MOUZ OneWin, and later on Mad Lions versus Copenhagen Flames. But we are focusing on one match only, and that is Blink versus ECSTATIC. Here is the lineup for Blink. We've got Juan Flatro, Rigon, Seneri, Synopsi, and Geeks, with Rigon being Swiss in his nationality, but obviously they speak Albanian here, all of them, and that, you know, makes communication that much easier. We talked about that a little bit yesterday, didn't we? How the same language brings out better chances, quicker communication.
Yeah, that is it. True. For here, that's not entirely the same thing here, though, because you can see a few Danes, a few, or one from Netherlands, one Wolfie from Sweden, American import. Is a mix between the two, but he's now donning the Swedish flag here at least, but well, at least now other people know as well. It's not just an American, he's also part Swedish.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's taking his test in EU, and so far it's going really well. Again, sitting at world ranking number 25 and Blink at 25. Overall, I think this match is going to be a really good one. It probably would have to guess it is going to go to 3 maps, and speaking of those, I guess we gotta have to find out what maps we're playing.
That's actually an interesting sentiment, and I would be keen to agree to that. With Dust being the first map for Blink, we open up with the, you know, the map that brings them the biggest puck style kind of energy boost. We've got Vertigo second, no surprise there. ECSTATIC yesterday against Nemiga really showed us quite what they're capable of on Vertigo. And then Inferno is the third and final one, which I would tend to agree, if it is going to come down to it, it's going to be the biggest blast of all, at least the most fun to watch on Inferno. Whilst, give me your thoughts here, opening it up on Dust, with Blink choosing Dust, ECSTATIC allowing to get through the veto with it. Do we feel like this was intentional by ECSTATIC, or more like an oversight and they didn't want to try out, for example, Mirage or Ancient as we saw them ban it?
I think there was just something about Mirage they didn't want to test Blink on, considering it is... They've played way more than Dust 2. It's basically the lesser of two evils at this point, and ECSTATIC's passed on Dust 2. It was okay. it has been alright, so we'll get to see if they can bring any of that to the server right now as well. Dust2 is heading, or it's starting, we're heading into it as well. The pistol will begin. T side, it is going to be Blink, and on the CTs, ECSTATIC.
As you said, it is going to be, of course, our first pistol here, starting off with ECSTATIC on the CT, Blink with the smoke, and I believe a PT-50 in the hands of Rigon will be coming out hot through long. This is going to be our first round. Ladies and gents, you're watching the Malta Vibes Knockout Series 4, presented to you by Visit Malta, in the heart of the Mediterranean. In any case, Synopsy already bringing out the heart of Fasher. Unfortunately, doesn't last for long. Good refrag by Manx as we go off for that long push. It is going to be an easy cross with a bit of a gap, but they get to sight. And now it's going to be a retake scenario where ECSTATIC do actually have a little bit of a lesser position to work from.
Yeah, in they go, though. Don't waste too much time going for it. Instead, overrun it. Look at the kill feed. 3 in less than a second. This old Rigon has a PT-50, but it doesn't have a position to do anything about this, but it knows both plays off it. But still one more. The defense completely now has to survive, but even that is denied. First round is one ECSTATIC do take.
That's gonna work out. I guess that's one way to start it off. And ECSTATIC with the pistol. And the CT side, of course, they give themselves a bit of a pat on the back, go on to a full buy with M4s. Even with a bomb plant, though, Blink decided not to force. I respect this, I guess you could say, control overall, because many T-side teams would usually buy, especially on a map like Dust. When you get the bomb plant, you would usually almost certainly see Galils and an AK or two to come out. You know, yesterday, Nemiga gave us that performance, and even ECSTATIC is one of those teams where they really do like to buy, even if they are very poor when it comes down to overall economy. But the round itself already looking like it might be here in the hands of the, well, or our Nordic friends, I should say. So some people don't complain that I'm just saying Danes or otherwise.
Yeah, I am... I am... Okay. I checked something. You want to guess what the scoreline from Blink was for in Dust 2 for the last match they played?
No, tell me.
16-0.
Why did I know you were gonna say that?
That was 2 days ago.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's time to see the story unfold in front of our eyes again. Kind of sucks, but you know, let's be honest. 16-0. It's a once in a tournament thing. I wouldn't say it's possible to see it again, especially not from Blink, obviously now. But yeah, it does, you know, it does give you, how to say this, a few thoughts to be had. In any case, look at the buy we have right now. Blink, they're going to be going for that B take. Minute and change on the clock, and they're already readying up for this take itself, although the counter utility from ECSTATIC seems to be just enough to hold them in their place, and I like what I'm seeing here from, of course, ECSTATIC themselves. They put 2 on B. They're not really looking for that mid control, which many teams make the mistake of in the late game or in the late rounds. Their target now seems to be short, though. Ooh, Wolfie. Very advanced position.
Yeah.
Okay, no, never mind. They might still go B here with the CT smoke. Yep.
Now they spot him. Good Malta as well for the purpose, for the position they're in. However, the kills, they're not coming in, not yet. And none of them are enough to get anywhere. So Link, they're going to be sent home in this one. First gun around ECSTATIC again. Completely denying them. They played well on the B defense first. They tossed the smokes a bit of spam. Don't really want to run through those knowing, well, probably what's going to be waiting on the other side. It's not a great side to be at if you are that T side over there. And then yeah, sure, they try and change. They could try and go for a bit of a CT drop towards A or towards B, but Bird from Sky to Awake hatches that one, so the split becomes so much easier at that point to hold for the CTs. A real quick adaptation, and Blink now sent to a pistol buy with just the ult. Really do some actual damage in this one.
Let's see for certain. I mean, at this point, Blink, I wouldn't be overly concerned about the round. I'm just looking at, you know, if I'm Blink, I'm looking at how much damage I can do. And flat throw, well, he certainly delivers. The first one is his. That's a secondary up that drops, as Wolfie was unexpectedly delayed. Right now, short control contested by Bird from Sky, but Rigon with a double. There you have it, and all of a sudden Manx has to reply, and quickly at that. Finds two, should be enough, but the bomb still planted. Rigon one more. Oh no way, Rigon and Cenarian. Speaking of the Devils, the Deagles.
That is a way to start our morning, apparently. Okay. There's a few nice headshots for Rigon. Bail him out of the top position and get that first on the board. Immediately make that CT side reinvest, because a recurring theme we see on Dust 2. When the CTs run out of money, that's when the T side is going to take control of the game. I'm sure it can't happen maybe a bit too late in the half, but that's at least when you do see them get those rounds on the board and momentum begin to shift as well at the same time. But Fasher, he's the one who's going to try to keep this in play for CTs. Bit of a tough position to be in, about one flash show still. Takes care of his teammate, so he's backing away completely. I'll bet his teammate Wolfie's going to get a chance at something, but the T side, are they going to fully commit to this? Because you can see currently 2 plays ahead of the rest. But the CT side, they still got a bit of an execution squad towards short here, so this is going to be really tough.
I love this little boost. Rigon's looking for any sort of chance to get the site opened like a can of worms. Here comes the push. Counter molly's being thrown. The molly's a little bit deep, but the control of Wolfie, and with the secondary of Manx as well in his hands, shouldn't be easy. Or is it? Rigon and Synopsy again delivered. These two guys, they seem to have all the cards in their hands. As Fasher replies, it's going to be a 2-on-3. Right now, the op is being spotted as well. Gix will hit that shot, making sure more specifically that Blink have no issue with closing out the round itself. Odds on Pinnacle, of course, shifting now down to just a 0.3 difference between the two, maybe a little bit more, 0.35. In any case, the difference favors ECSTATIC for the moment, but how long will it take until it switches to favor Blink? We're about to find out. Nice little bit of a well, not even boost tower, we can say. Something that we now get to see.
Something fairly simple, but allows you to have a better sideline and probably offset the aim as well on the other side as well. So, just a nice little thing. Takes only about 5-10 seconds max if you want to hold that, and then information found just from the back of that as well. Maybe even a kill. So every now and then, at this point, I don't really blame if the CT side do want to try and challenge that, considering how much more it favors them compared to the past, but well, the round itself is very much favored for ECSTATIC there. Okay, 2 drop one of the rifles apparently, and a second, Fasher just USP double dink.
I guess that works.
Baller there.
Yeah. But anyway, let's take a look at the wider picture. So we got the quarterfinals. We got Blink, who have been able to, well, able to is perhaps a strong word, but we've got Blink here, who last time they played against, of course, ECSTATIC did lose 2-1, if I'm not mistaken. As you also mentioned, there was a bit of there's a bit of a rivalry going on between the two. They haven't really played much beyond that, and I gotta say, you know, ECSTATIC winning last time it wasn't exactly the easiest victory they got. 16-11 and 16-10 on Ancient and Inferno. Did lose Vertigo, actually, funnily enough. And we will get to see Vertigo as the second map here, which kind of begs the question of what happens if Blink closes out successfully on Dust? We go on Vertigo and, you know, ECSTATIC have a slow start like we saw yesterday on Overpass against Nemiga. That's what I'm kind of thinking about right now, kind of what I'm being worried about a little bit when it comes down to ECSTATIC.
Yeah, that might actually be something to consider, but at the same time, you also got to consider the fact that ECSTATIC, they've already played Vertigo 30 times in the past 3 months. So it is by far their most played map, and the success they've had on it is not something to even shy off that. It's an 83% win rate, 5 losses only out of 30 games. They are still very confident on it. They know what they've done wrong. They probably have all of those demos back and seen what they can improve on and what mistakes were done. What did they do right? Because currently they are losing a bit of map control here. Short control is taken. CT is a bit of a threat right now at Bertram Sky. Auto attack down as well. It's a bit of pressure on him, but it still decides to stick around here. Has to watch out though. But at T side, they are backing away. Headed towards B, and if they're fast enough, they might as well catch that timing, and now they do as well. That's the exact getting the kill with the open rotator. Now gotta be slowed down, but they don't know that just yet. It's only on to Dafu.
If he plays it right, he's... Oh, that's gonna be a decent nade. Yep, Sinetti is gonna be tagged quite heavily. And if he plays it right, as I was saying, he should be able to get at least one frag. And then with support of Manx, maybe even holding down the fort easily. Manx, no, Manx, oh boy, delivers. And well, there it goes, Dafu as well. Enough damage has been dealt. The duel still lost, and Rigon will be accurate in that department. A 2-on-2 with Wolfie and Fasher left. They've got an up to go for this retake. Shouldn't be easy. But then again, they don't have a kit. Means that their life is going to be that much harder with time running down on them. Oh, a bit of a stuck moment there for GXX, or Gix as I call him. Unfortunate. Now down to Rigon, who's already been expected indoors. Yeah, that just unlucky for Rigon. He got stuck in the pixel wall there. Well, by the pixel wall there, and not even a pixel wall, basically. Just got stuck by a little bit of that edge. Unluco.
Yeah, that being now round number 4 for ECSTATIC, taking back the lead early on, so they're not going to give up too easily. However, the economy is still a thing you got to consider for them. So, depending how these rounds go, they might be fresh out of luck. But again, 2 times in a row, GXX has had a tag through the doors. Looks like he still wants to stick around for another one. This time, Manx has the second up. Mid control is going to be heavily fortified. That nade is going to be a bit too deep. However, one man still fully eats that one now. That sees that all going to be going through. In towards that short position. They've got it. They hear the steps as well. CT is hastily rotating, so the smokes are going to be going down as well. Are they going to commit from the back of that? They can. And it looks like they are as well. So Manx and the AWP now needs to perform here. Now needs to show us what he can do with his teammates. Just trying to help him out here. Try to survive with the threat of decapitation on the other side. The AWPs are close. The flashbangs are in, and Manx as well. One frag found and one more to go close by, as now Rigon is going to be playing with the angle. But he's the next victim instead of now. Oh no, GXX! A fumble in CT. His teammate trades, but it's not enough because the CTs, they've got manpower.
Once again, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of back and forth, unfortunately, for Blink. They don't really get much out of it. Jumping into CT, the idea wasn't bad. He had a teammate as well coming out from middle, so they were both crunching that position, but unfortunately, he missed the shot. The teammate wasn't in position to refrag, or at least to be ready immediately for the engagement, and that gives ECSTATIC the control. that they much needed. Wolfie now again delivers. Double up by Bird from Sky and Wolfie on Dust. It's going to be scary as hell. And Blink, they're back to Deagles. Unfortunate but true that right now ECSTATIC seem to have the better momentum. And the shift certainly looking to go in their way. Manx does get caught, but Wolfie's holding the line still. And there we have it. That should be enough to close out another round. ECSTATIC already picking up the slack and more specifically, you know, having a 3-round difference on Dust as the CT. That's actually big success. And quite nice, I should say. Meanwhile, my last attempt, not really going to get too far.
No, nothing much that was done there by the side, unfortunately. No bomb plant, but doesn't mean that they can't go for a buy. It just means they're going to have a bit less money in the bank account. But this, finally, we get to see the CT side get a kill out of that as well. I mentioned GXX has been getting kills through, or tagged through the door so far, so good to see what's the weather like on the other side as well, delivering back. But for this round, I mentioned that T-side are going to be running out of util early on. They don't have too much of it, especially on GXX and on Flatcho. Neither one of them have actually any of that, really, so it's going to come down to a few duels that the T-side are going to take here. Can play a bit more risky in that sense, but there's also that fine line you got to keep going on. You're not going too risky or anything else like that, but cross that bridge if we ever get to it. T-side, let's see what they do want to do here, because that's one smoke now deployed towards the mid doors. Well, spots one, good spam, but doesn't connect. Instead, it's Manx to get a kill in the meantime. Now it comes to question, oh, they gotta check Bird from Sky. His teammate has shot a lot of bullets towards the mid door, so
I'm not sure they're even intending to go middle now, because with the bomb in lower and short being taken control of, usually, you know, would say this is a B split, but they don't really have the utility for a B split. This is looking like they're going to commit through short afterwards. Wolfie is not going to miss, but neither going to kill, and he does get tagged himself. Although, oh, running out of bullets. One flat throw. Just in the nick of time, he runs out of it completely. Gets caught in the open. Still tries to duel, still tries to win, but unfortunately doesn't make it happen. 13 seconds and Blink not even committing to a site. They will save what they have left.
Yeah, it is really not much that they have, but well, these weapons at least will give them a fighting chance in the next. What about now? Here's ECSTATIC showing they know how to play Dust 2 as well. It's just been a whole while since they've had those wins on it again. But in the past, really, they were good on this. That past also includes their previous lineup without Fasher, without Wolfie. But the core, at least, very good on it. I know ECSTATIC, they tried to play this when they did add Fasher and Wolfie back, but the results weren't really the ones they were hoping for. Them to kind of slow down on it. Which I like, because now they've started playing the other maps more as well, right? Like, this is... If the team picks this against them, they're probably going to know about it beforehand, so they can prepare for it as well. And I think right now it's kind of showing in a way the fact that they are going for the double ops, for example, and how much they are going for them, where they are able to maneuver around that T side in a way. Not always, but then again, no one is perfect.
No one really is, but you are correct in the notion of that double up decision, though. Let's hold that thought for a second and see where this short push takes us, as Synopsy has the op of his own. We've got an AK in the hands of Seneri, but nobody's really being able to get any tags going just yet. The Deagle from Juan Flatra might be dangerous, but the bomb short dropped, as it is going to be Flatra to drop as well. Seneri in a 1v3. He's got time to get to B, and I believe they've heard him running through shorts. I'm fairly certain they should be able to correct his heading as soon as he tries to cross that door. Albeit, I like this idea from Seneri. Gets onto the big box, now waits for his chance. He might be able to deny at least one player, and that'd be actually really good for him.
Not enough damage, but... Oh! Gets crossed, but that should be all. I don't think they got to let it plant.
Oh, they will.
Oh, I am indeed mistaken. So, a very slim chance. Need to hit the quick headshots, and in they come with the first one already hitting the shots required. No, they're right, but still okay. Getting the bomb down. Not all bad. Fairly okay there. From the position he was in.
Yep.
But ECSTATIC, either way, they are going to be getting themselves round number 8. Blink. What seemed like a bit of a back and forth start has now ended up being slightly more slow towards them. Of course, things are just getting started in here. The odds as well presented to you by Pinnacle, who, coincidentally as well, are offering guys a bonus when you do sign up using the code Malta21. That being 100% deposit bonus up to €100, and if you do more than that, you get nothing. But you bet 100, you get another 100. That's the gist of that. What else you? What's going to happen now? There's long control. Haven't seen this in a whole minute either, but CETs, they are coming out on top of the trades very quickly as well. So Blink, that is a plan that does not work out. So the plan B is going to be a bit of a slower reaction, but it seems like it is going towards B.
You are right in that deposit bonus, by the way. Great one. You guys should go check it out. Meanwhile, Blink unfortunately losing their players across the map. Long fails now towards B. They will fail as well as Dafu sprays down all three. Actually gets almost Rigon as well. And probably going to be wide peaked by the USB. Yep, there we go. Dafu with a hat trick. And that is going to be a 9th round for ECSTATIC. Blink is getting manhandled here, as clearly ECSTATIC from yesterday's loss, they've learned at least to be a bit more patient. And if nothing else, they've learned to be a little bit more... we can say thoughtful of the positions they're in. And, you know, I wanted to touch the subject as to why they let Seneri plant in that previous round, because they didn't want to risk losing a player. You know, they're thinking about the long con here, and the economy that they have is very much dependent on that. Double up still in effect, as we can see. Manx, very risky play of the day right now. But then again, if he gets the first shot in, he can safely evade, and barely getting actually out of there alive. The Deagle, if it connected, the result could have been very different to begin with on round 13.
Yeah, a lot of players in the mid now revealed from Manx's jumps, but they all get away. They got to be fairly happy with that. On the CT side is bit of give and take, trading back. Wolfie as well. That Malta well timed, because now that T side they can't really go just yet. Gives a bit of time for the CT side to maneuver around if they want to try and change up their approach, but still trying to go towards A with the first victim being found. Malta as well. I see this now for the second time as well. Is there to slow down the plant and the T side's approach? Give chances to Wolfie and the company to get a few more shots off before they get overrun. Now there's the rotations as well. They can comfortably take the fights, and they end things as well with a nice collapse for Wolfie.
Yeah. This is looking convincing. I'll say that much. And Blink, unfortunately, they're kind of lagging behind a little bit. Their gun rounds are not succeeding. The op of GXX is not getting any control over Wolfie or Manx or Bird from Sky if he's wielding that secondary. And we can see already the challenge to the middle is now not even going to be fought anymore. As we can see here, it is going to be ECSTATIC playing for that long control once again. Fasher is already out towards Spit. First out is going to be Seneri, but he's now alone. The Molotov preventing the rest of Blink. Where's the smoke? But they had none, as far as I can tell. No, wait. Juan Flatro had a smoke, but he's not on towards long. So, unfortunate but true. They could not extinguish the molly. Left Seneri to die. Flatro goes out mid alone. No support, no smoke, no flash. Will die. And now Manx. Oh, he sees an AK. Rigon is in trouble.
Yeah, now he's going to be baited in there, but gets that first. There's still one at the B site who can do that.
Oi.
Dafu, he just helps out his teammate. He has a flash.
Good flash.
I was thinking Manx did want to try and go here again, but no. Does want to respect them ever so slightly, but no one else apparently. They've boxed him in faster, and Wolfie in from behind, locking them into mid doors. And right into CT as well, so Blink unless they turn around any second now, they're gonna be in a whole lot of trouble. There it is, the first one. GXX needs to nail these shots, but it's not doable. It's 11 to ECSTATIC, who are right now showing us how to play Dust 2. Making me regret my words of thinking Blink and 2 won this. But they can still come back.
Yeah, they can. I do believe in that. Until it's 16, they always have a chance, right?
Yep.
I think
but if we want to see that sort of comeback, even an attempt of it from Blink, you know what we're gonna have to see?
That's exactly what I'm thinking here. You know, if we want to see that, then, you know, a few things do have to happen, right? And one of them being this last round to be won by Blink at the bare minimum.
Yeah, other one as well to get these two players a few more kills. I think there's 2-3 plays on 3 kills, and right now it doesn't look to be getting any better for them either with the cold shoulder treatment on the B site. 3 kills in only as many seconds. That T side are now down to just GXX and Rigon. Good grenade as well. Timing that with more damage chipped away at.
Well, this is a surprise. I certainly didn't expect it. Like I said, you know, at the start of the game when we had the veto, I was a bit surprised to see Dust in the pool. Obviously, ECSTATIC and Dust do not go really hand in hand statistically when you look at it. But clearly they've prepared, they've anti-stratted Blink quite heavily, and not just anti-stratted, but generally just seem to be far more on point today, this morning, which gives us a very real feel of what they're capable of and why they find themselves on the 21st spot in the world, or 20th spot in the world, actually, currently. Though Blink is not far behind them at 25th, right? So the difference is really meager and kind of negligible.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it is noticeable here in the game, and we have Bird from Sky on the camera there. We just saw him. Dafu, I believe this is, with his beautiful blonde hair. Manx, of course. And I love the cameras, by the way. Love that we have the players now visually representing the team as well. Gives us a bit of a better feeling of what and how they're feeling, the guys, obviously. What's the state? 12-3, man. The state is poor. The state is bad when you look at it from Blink's side. When you look at it from ECSTATIC's, it's amazing. This is best case scenario for them.
Exactly like I said. Absolutely the best case scenario as well. If they win the pistol, that would be even better. But currently it is being taken away with a few kills for the CT side. And a flurry of 4 comes in. A real frenzy feast for the CT side. So no one is going to escape them. So now there's a chance. That pistol, it can often kickstart something, and both teams as well now on the preferred side, or for Blink the preferred side, because they're on the CT side where they've got a 62% win rate, I think, and the T side of ECSTATIC is only at about 43, if I'm not mistaken. So if you want to see a comeback, this would have to be it here.
You're talking about Dust, right?
Yes,
obviously. Yeah, 71 and 31, respectively, for Blink and ECSTATIC. So it's even less than what we thought. But yeah, it's interesting seeing how, you know, a team that is not known to play a lot of Dust, and arguably statistically the weakest map that ECSTATIC have alongside Mirage, I would say. And they're right now just giving the whip to Blink. This is simple. This is easy. The pistol is lost, yes. But that's still, what, 8 rounds in a row just to tie it up? That's a lot of rounds for Blink, especially with the current trajectory ECSTATIC seem to be going on. I love this double setup on B, by the way. Rigon's the bait. Sineri's the switch. But they're not going to take it. Yeah, they're not going to take it. Deagles can be utilized a lot differently. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hate to see it.
Yeah, now just hoping this one isn't going to be taken too far by the T side here. Keep them in check, but they now got that in for as well. With 20 seconds left, though, they kind of have to run towards A, and that CT side knows it. GXX One flashbang from him, but that's going to slow down that T side just a little bit. There's a Molotov as well, and into they go, but it seems to be a bit of an execution. Not much done so far, but it's not going to end up getting anything either. Here's the Deagle, though. Again, have a chance. As Wolfie takes a second. Okay, that's it. Rounds down to Deagle, saved. Blink,
Well,
do you continue with the second?
That kind of, not gonna lie, but I don't think Wolfie's gonna be happy about surviving the round. That certainly takes away a little bit from his overall economy. Though on the other hand, you know, he does get that headshot, so I think he won't be overly concerned. Yet again, we do have a full eco this time, so Blink should be able to get at least 6th on the board. One would hope, at least. One would imagine. Good nade.
Ooh, fantastic nade. Unarmored players eating nades. I think we better duo right there. Not alone either. They've got MP9 as another nade close by. That doesn't seem to be getting too much. Instead, it is Scenario on the B side. Left all alone for the time being. But ECSTATIC, they're not going to be rushing into things either. They're going to be respecting wasting quite a bit of this time.
I kind of like what we see from ECSTATIC here. Wouldn't you say that this is generally not a bad idea to be sticking together instead of, you know, what we usually see from teams is on an eco like this where there's maybe a pistol or two bought up, the rest with Glocks. You have one man running short, one man running long, one man running mid, all the different angles trying to be covered, but nothing really being done. So I'm happy to see this from ECSTATIC on an eco even. And well, Wolfie delivers, man. He's got the Kevlar on him. And another Deagle shot could be giving him another shot or another kill. Unfortunately, Rigon will get Manx. So that means a 2-on-3 right now. ECSTATIC not at an advantage, but they get the bomb plant still. And that's, I think, more than enough that they bargained for.
Absolutely. The fact that they even got an M4 means they can't try and fight for this, but nope. It only ended at trying as Rigon comes back around. That is going to go around to 6. And now only 6 rounds behind, or only 6 rounds behind. It's not that impossible anymore. But we are going to find out if ECSTATIC are now going to be able to do something about this one. Yes, they're going to have the guns out on every single one of the players, and just a bit left over in the bank as well. Courtesy of that bomb plant from the last round, so absolutely fantastic for them. No matter the outcome of this, they can buy. That was a quick shot as well, by the way. We've absolutely gone down 42 now, so already a heavy hit by Synopsy. Look at this. Bought it as well.
Good timing, man. The dude has impeccable inside clock, I could say. Impeccable inside timer. Bird from Sky trying to check out middle. Fasher supporting that. And now ECSTATIC have established quite a little bit of informational dominance, I would dare say. They know that middle is relatively open. Long hasn't really been checked much, as I believe they do not have an intention to go towards A long and try and split that site, what we usually see from teams where, you know, they would put 2 or 3 players on long, 2 or 3 on short, and then try their luck. Instead, it's going to be ECSTATIC going all the way through short with 5 players potentially. And if you think about this logically, it's not a bad idea. They just have to get rid of 1 player. That would be GXX. And if they are able to take him down before he gets his shot off, or at least before he does too much damage, there is potential for great success. 30 seconds. Time is ticking. Here comes the play. Here comes the boom.
Yeah, this bit is going to be really tough to try and take him down. Because what a Flatro. Well, he has that first, but in comes Synopsy to save and bail him out. Flash and a swing, but behind the smokes, Wolfie nails another one. But a solid 4.2 KD right now, and he's got to try to continue as well. But a molly nades everything, burns him down. Does get off with the bomb plant just barely, but round is got to be won by Blink.
That was
a round that goes back and forth a bit there. It looked
Yeah,
really good with the setup they had. GXX, what a flat throw. Kind of goes over, kind of goes bad. But then again, there's an opposite to bail.
it's pretty much Synopsy saving the round, effectively, here. If the Afu had not been caught as well on middle, questionable how this would have turned out to be. But with Synopsy getting the double, he pretty much prevented the site from being overtaken with the afterplant already being set up before anybody could even get in position. And Synopsy is the one that allows this to even happen. But Wolfie hits the mid shot. It's unlikely to see it as of late because of the updates to Dust. But we can see here it's still possible. On long, Synopsy gets caught by Fasher as he is blinded heavily by Bird from Sky's flash. And we are now in round 20, where 12-7 result for Blink is not exactly acceptable just yet, but they might not have anything to say about this, as it is a 5v3. Molly on car, Gix gets himself flashed, and see, this is one of those, right? If you're able to get... Hold up, Sanetti. Oh, okay, he doesn't escape. So, as I was saying, this is one of those where as soon as you get the first drop on the player on long, the CTs have to scramble to either put all their efforts in holding down the fort at long, or you gotta pull back into a safe position and basically play a little bit of a different setup from CT and short to try and make sure that the cross to site is not gonna be that easy. Unfortunately, Blink had two players towards car, and both of them got isolated, with GXX having that op out, but with the flash available, you know, once you have the op, you shoot, you reveal yourself, he gets the shot, but when you're blinded, you can't really escape your destiny. 13-7 and a timeout for Blink.
Yeah, it makes more sense than not to take these timeouts in the position they are right now. Again, hoping to make that comeback out of they are at least giving us a bit of a show. Rigon, he's almost matching Wolfie as of right now, 21 and 23 kills. The real difference is the fact that for Blink, Rigon is the only one performing to that level as of right now. ECSTATIC, I mean, yeah, no one's matching Wolfie either, but they all got around 15 kills themselves, give or take 1 or 2. And that is the difference for these rounds so far, but this can very quickly be brought back as well to Blink. Well, you are going to see these rounds taken away. But it would all have to come from the back of, well, the next round most likely, or the hero M4 in this one. Doesn't seem too likely considering they've given up long control, unless Synopsy can nail a few plays with an Eagle now.
Wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. Molly on short, though, pretty much breaks any sort of chance they might have had here to try and defend the corner. Quad Platro finds a bit of a niche position. Rigon actually gets Dafu. There's the M4 you were mentioning. And now with an AK allowed to be wielded by GXX as well, it allows for potential success to be had in this retake, though questionable whether or not it's actually going to happen. They've got a second flash, excuse me, being thrown out there. But the angles, oh, the op going to be dropped, okay. That's a surprising result, didn't expect to see that. Synopsy close range, one more on ramp, that would be GXX.
Oh, there's no kit though. The round is decided at that point, but all players go down.
And he does get the op, I believe. Yep.
Whew, able to survive as well there, okay. I mean, ECSTATIC, a very, very costly round, but... well, now they're on the 14, so that doesn't really matter. 2 rounds away from winning, and speaking of winning, the Hellcase giveaway might be something for you to check out. They've got some beautiful lures from Falchion, Shadow Daggers, got knives, and Huntsmans. All the way to the stickers as well. All lore, baby. Check them out in the description below. Click the banner, enter. It takes a few minutes of your time, maybe. And you might get yourself some new skins in your inventory, but Wolfie, he's got to be going down, unfortunately.
Wolfie at 23 and 8, by the way. His score is right now just on top of the world, man. He's really rocking the boat for Blink. Though, double up might be the answer to all their trouble, like it was for ECSTATIC. Still 7 rounds difference. No longer negligible. But Seems like ECSTATIC will have decided to still finish this round through long. They've got 2 smokes, so they can cover the cross in CT. We should be seeing that in a moment. There we go. Oh, Juan Flatro from Elevator getting stopped. As Regon actually spots Manx on the cross. I'm not sure, might have crossed before the smoke bloomed. And that will be the mistake of, in this case, Manx. 5v3. 40 seconds, time is there, but Fasher, whilst getting a nice shot, a secondary on Regon, hold up. Jumping jacks ain't gonna work here, and Blink, they're losing players left and right on long. Another spot, Fasher finds one more, and Fasher just aces it.
No,
just like that.
No.
Love to see it.
You absolutely do. From a 3 versus 5, 2 versus 5, and very quickly to a 9 versus 2. God damn, that was beautiful. Headshots from Fasher. That is 15. It was looking like it was gonna be that round for Blink, but no. The clutches of defeat, and now into this as well. They know what they gotta do in Blink. You gotta be unpredictable. It gotta be something that they're not gonna expect, but only works for a few kills so far. And both of which have been traded, so P9 next. They have been aggressive towards mid. They are aggressing B or B tunnels as well as long doors. One Flacho try to dodge the flash, but it's just a bit too fast. And that now opens up the A site with Synopsy and his scout. 2 players, yes, are tagged. Can one-shot them, but he's not taking an aggressive fight. Instead, it's Burr from Sky who approaches with the AWP, and you know how this duel goes.
Yes, oh, Synopsy, he takes out his AD skill. Just as, of course, into the corner comes the man himself. Bert from Sky does get tagged from long. Seneri might even have finished off Fasher. And he does finish off Manx. What in the world? A 1v1 Seneri could save this round, could save the whole of Blink. A 1-bullet shot will be enough, and he does it, Seneri! He actually does it. As he solves the round, it is going to be, well, saves the round, it is going to be still 8 only on the board for Blink, but they make it happen, dude. This was one, you know, one would have already singled out and said the round is gone, and certainly I would have been amongst them, but in this case, Seneri proves us wrong and does not allow Blink to yet drop their own map pick.
No, not just yet. It gets way too close there for comfort as well. An MP9 with a 1 versus 3 from long, a retake on A. You're not going to see that too often. But this is one of those days that you do get to see that in ECSTATIC. Well, they're not going to be up to their name as of right now after that last round at least, but see how this is going to continue from here. If they want to have a chance, like 7 rounds comeback, it is doable, but it's not really probable. That's the issue for them. But we are going to find out if we can continue with these rounds to go one at a time and perhaps get Blink a few more confidence rounds. The first half, that was the real thing that hit him too hard. They only got, I believe, was 3 rounds, correct?
Yeah, it was. Only 3 rounds in the first half. It just didn't work out at all. It does look like it's much of the same here again, although they're at least making these individual plays happen, which gives that much needed breath of fresh air to the rest of Blink. But let's not hold our breath for too long, man, because there's a good chance this could still go well for ECSTATIC, even on a semi-goodbye.
So the fact that they don't even know they're there. Like, now they're going to start making a bit of noise and CT side. You've got Juan Flacho who left the A site and hearing all these steps. And, well, we know how the jumps would have worked out last time with Fasher decapitating. But now this time he's the one who feels the burn as the MP9 or M9s enforce. Those are the ones. Continue the retake and in they go. Max with another headshot. They're going to try and finish the job here if they can. And the off is able to get one. And he gets the last one as well. There you go. Finishing the job as 16-8 for ECSTATIC. Now they are going to be feeling good about that one. Dust 2, not a map they play too much as of recent, but a performance worthy of it at least. So, headed into map number 2, now feeling perhaps a bit hollow from Blink.
That's actually a good way to put it. I would say not as much hollow as much as it is just kind of empty on the first half. A little bit too many one too many rounds lost, in my opinion. If they had been perhaps more on point, it was a 10-5, maybe a 9-6 half, with Blink having 6 at least, I could see this being a little bit of a different outcome. But ECSTATIC have come out to play, ECSTATIC have come out to win, and certainly they've given us a taste of their first victory already. Dust 2, the choice of Blink fails. Now we move on to Vertigo, the map that I did say could be the surprise. Seneri falls, now down to Juan Flatro. No, he cannot hold the line. GXX and Synopsy left.
He feels absolutely fantastic there, but it's T side. Looking to punish. GXX down 16, and he doesn't have much to say about this one. It's ecstatic. They are going through into the A side. They've got all 5 still remaining. Like, the way they've played this round so far is basically, on paper, perfection. The way they threw those nades, the way they've got those kills so far as well, the entries, all of it. And the bomb plant, it is spelling disaster for Blink. Like, I just want to see that first 5 seconds of the round again when they get towards ramp, because they run in, they get a kill. We switch to players playing sandbags and double nades coming as well. Like, that was an anti-shot and a half.
Yep, it was. It really was. I would say in this case, you know, ECSTATIC obviously predicting that there would be heavy opposition on ramp, and certainly they were kind of right. The double nade at the end of the day wasn't even as necessary, as they were able to get rid of Rigon, or excuse me, Seneri almost immediately. But in any case, let's see again, A ramp control contested for Flatro going in first, not really being able to pick up anything but a bullet to the head. With that, ECSTATIC very convincingly, Dafu delivers on Synopsy on middle, I believe, and the force buy for Blink seemingly already failed. Albeit, I could see the Deagles again delivering some much-needed high justice. I mean, let's not forget Rigon and Deagle go hand in hand, especially on Dust it was perfect. Can it be again the same here on Vertigo?
That is the question, isn't it? That's one of the ones we have to find out an answer. That also being a matter of time. Again, I like those double Molotovs as well there. Like, even if there were smoke, I mean, if there were smoke, then it would be a bit of an issue to toss too, but there's not. At the T side, they're going to be walking in towards that A site. And no opposition on the site itself as of yet, but well, as they come, they fall. I mean, like, this is going to be another round for ECSTATIC without any real challenge presented by Blink.
And all of a sudden,
save as well. That would be a huge bonus as well. Bird from Sky, he can hunt, but what does he want to?
I feel like he should, right? Like, this would be the option to take when you have a Mech 10 like this. You can hunt down those Kevlars that remain. Yes, you risk dying, but you have a Mech 10, and losing only one player wouldn't be that big of an issue for ECSTATIC. They can accept this loss. But then again, you know, the IGL, Bird from Sky, as we know, is going to be a little bit more, I guess you could say, smart about this, a little bit more careful about this. I respect that from ECSTATIC. They've shown that exactly against Nemiga yesterday as well. Good control over their emotions in a way, not allowing to just, you know, jump out on the first try and be there to try and break it by force, playing smart, playing on their economy and on the long run, basically. As for Blink, they'll be forced onto an eco. We do have an upgraded pistol round, effectively. We've got a few more 5.7s, a PC-50 even, a few nades, and, well, the Deagle delivers. It's GXX that gives it.
Yeah, that was a fantastic little start there as well. But didn't last too long, as now you see, Bird from Sky is Mach 10, now a Galil. What is he saying? Yeah, what are they going to do about this? Like, they are still focused a bit towards A, and if they want to go there, it is a possibility for GXX to get another one. To boost the cheeky one, but it looks like it is somewhat expected, but not fully cleared. And now is that T-side go into 3 versus 4. That really let them, but more or less puts them into 1, but Manx, he's making up for this in a big way.
Oh, Manx and his flank, if he gets at least just one, should be enough. Oh, he sees Rigon as well. That's an important pickup. Without him dying, there's almost zero chance that they get onto site here. Blink unable to prevent the plant. Though a 3-on-3 would say it's still quite dangerous to behold. It's ECSTATIC too. Lose a lot of HP on Faster, but Manx controlling that angle towards CT, supported by Dafu, should be enough now to pretty much close it out with a 3-0 result to begin with. And lest we forget, this is how it went down on, of course, our first map of Dust as well. GXX Nice attempt. A lot of sprays, bullets. Well, a lot of shot bullets. Oh, he gets the headshot. Okay, Synopsy delivering, but he has no defuse kit and he has no time to linger. Fasher will win that duel and win the round, securing it. With only one survivor, though, a lot of damage to ECSTATIC's economy when you count it out. Albeit this is exactly why they wanted to survive with 5 players the previous, right? Where they can get the bank, where they can be a bit safer if they lose the 4 or 5 players, however many. Unfortunately for Blink, it is a gun round where they lose and they could be facing not only a 4-5-0 result, but a quick runaway sue by ECSTATIC.
Exactly, that is a definite possibility here that you've got to consider. As these rounds are going to keep on going. ECSTATIC, overall, they didn't play this map for 80 degrees. It doesn't matter if they lost it the last time. That was, well, about a week ago at this point, so they've got to try and recover from that, and I think they are, and they have as well. Yesterday, they showed a really good match on this map as well. Perhaps Blink might have something that can change that, and GXX definitely could be categorized one of those sorts of weapons. Real Cannon himself with a cannon as well. But not alone when Fletcher wants to do something as well, because now the ramp aggression is going to be paying off in a way they get information. Slight time with the Fasher as well. If you remember Fasher and this map, he's an absolutely cold-blooded killer. One who will go down today, though.
Yes, he is a cold-blooded reptilian without having any remorse when he goes for those duels. Unfortunately, as you said, without too much success this time around, Wolfie being left over as the last player. With 30 seconds, Wolfie might be inclined to throw away the op if he's not being able to save. Though, I suspect they're not going to give chase. Blink right now cannot afford to lose another player without basically really just being absolutely destroyed when it comes down to the leftover crumbles of their bank in a way. And they're playing it smart here. They're not gonna chase. They're not gonna, give into the urges. And the first round to Blink goes with the gun round to kind of open up our second map of Vertigo, the choice of ECSTATIC. You did mention they played it the last time and actually lost at ECSTATIC. So there is some, I would say there is some reason to perhaps be a bit worried by our Nordic friends here. And as we can see on the cameras, the players are kind of relaxed. Bird from Sky here on our camera right now. Of course, giving in the info or kind of just breaking down what is supposed to happen. Wolfie in front of us. But as we go on, it is going to be a rebuy. ECSTATIC do not take a no for an answer.
That they don't, no. They do not. But let's see what ECSTATIC want to do here. They've got Wolfie on the up again. Definitely does have something he wants to do here, but there's nothing given so far, nothing to punish. That's not going to work out too well for him. Instead, we'll have to look towards the ramp position as these smokes begin to fade, or not even. One Flatcho. Right above that, spots something, or it's a pre-fire. Either way, it works for him. And another kill as well, while Daphne just trade. And now there's another one for Fasher. They punish the push. And this T-side now get a chance. An olive branch extended. CT side, they don't really have too much to do here. Like, they've got a kill on A as well. They know there's no one else close by. So ramp control is all for theirs to take.
Right now, Blink have to be extra careful about this approach towards A. They can't allow for ECSTATIC to get to site. Those smokes will be obviously a problem. They're not a wall, but they will allow for a safer transition. Or will they? There are no smokes thrown. Fasher just walks out of short, gets caught by Cinetti, and this is perfect for Blink. They've got the advantage now with 37 seconds and change on the clock. ECSTATIC have to make a move, and soon. Daf was already tagged heavily. One bullet will finish him. And I believe in this case, Rigon, well, never mind. Rigon will not be in position to do so as he gets caught. It's Saneri on headshot angle. Dafu waits that corner. Now down to GXX. The Gix. Let's see if he can get himself at least a frag. Nope. Denied with smokes up to 11 seconds, though time is everything, and Dafu might be inclined to go for the plant. No, it's instead gonna be Mangs, and Jix or GXX prevents it. No time to plant. Beautiful moment here. Good angle. And saves the round for Blink, albeit barely, but he does. At the end of the day, that's what counts, that's what matters. The odds, not shifting much, but still. This is the map, remember that they did lose the last time they played ECSTATIC, and it is not to be trifled with when you face off Blink like this.
Yeah, Blink bringing it back right from the brink of feet as well there now. Into the next one. They've got pistols, they've got Wolfie with an all. The one chance to make something from this round is to punish these CT plays that currently are going a bit aggressive. Have to wait and find out how that is going to go. So that's not the only piece of map control ECSTATIC are trying to go for here. Although it being mid where Synopsy doesn't wait to do it. Util, not going to try and hide where they are. Just going to toss that in. Keep an eye or two out in mid for the CTs now. Bit of Util, GXX dodging the flash, and now see what they want to do. What is the actual plan here? Because currently wasting time, yes, it is an effective strategy, but that T-side is the one who are going to be punished from that. But he is there, Util and missed shots as well coming through, and one flat shot is going to be punished. One kill found, and there's that trade as well, still coming through, a 2 for 2.
Oh,
Snatty going both ways, and another one for Wolfie.
Luckily, they've still got the advantage here. They've got the utilities, and they've got 2 players already on site prepared for this. Rigon has been hurt, but the flank of Synopsy is what matters. And if he does it right, he should be able to get Wolfie without a problem. Albeit Bird from Sky checks that corner just in the right time, though not in the right position. Well, at least not in the right reaction. There you have it, Wolfie. 1 man, 1 army. Or a 1-man army, depending how you look at this. But he's not got the time. No luxury in that case to be taking his sweet time to maneuver around the corners. Rigon. Oh, what? There's an extra.
Hello?
Oh, what? There we go.
Oh,
there we go.
It's just, yeah. Somehow gets that bomb down. A gift by the CTs there. But round number 3 is going to be taken away as well. So we continue. Blink have tied things up, similar in a way to the start of Dust 2, but we know how that went. They only had a 3.5. This is no Dust 2. This is Vertigo. On paper, very different sort of map as well. So,
oh yeah,
gotta
extremely
find out
different.
what is the what's going to be the difference here? Currently, GXX, he's having a good time. Last map, he was a bit missing. He wasn't really there. If I'm not completely mistaken, he was towards the bottom of the kill or scoreboard as well.
Good name.
Watch out.
Oh,
God, that util.
oh, that's a team kill by Bird from Sky as he burns down Wolfie. Well, it's going to be Mr. Juan Flatbro to be wide opened on the angle, supported by Saneri. And whilst they do lose 1, Blink will get themselves the masterpiece at the end. This should be an easy 4th and advantage for Blink. For the first time in this series, they will take at least a 1-round difference. And nobody seems to care about that short position. Bit of a gap in the smoke. Mr. Bird from Sky is the last player alive. He knows that his time is limited on this earth, on this round. And it would be fair to say that his goal probably would be just finding perhaps a frag or 2 more, if he can. Though already highly unlikely by by the situation that he is in. Now they hear him rotate towards B, so they know. They know.
Yeah. They'd catch him as a round 4 commit, or is there for the CT side, taking the lead here now. And I did check as well, the last time they did play, we've mentioned that a few times, it was a 10-5 half for Blink. they started on their CT side, and that's fairly impressive as well, considering ECSTATIC, the T side is the better one out of the two whenever they play this map on the paper. But apparently there is something about Blink's playstyle that just gets the better of them. Or at least in the past did. Right now as well, slightly there. At least showing what they're capable of. Now they just gotta get that over and done with to get like a good half. Start from this, continue. But it all depends on ECSTATIC if they're gonna let them, really. Considering how good of a map they had on that first one.
I do like that you bring up the statistics here for ECSTATIC, because this is technically their best map. Alongside, one could argue, Inferno or Ancient. This is literally their, this is their go-to map usually. And we saw it yesterday against Nemiga, how well it went for ECSTATIC, winning the 13-2 half. I believe they started as the CTs, though they seem to be... Oh, that was beautiful by Seneri and Juan Flatro. The deadly duo making it work. But as I was saying, with this being the best map for ECSTATIC, Blink winning it in the past and now starting to look pretty solid here as well with 5 already in a row, there seems to be some sort of a kryptonite factor to Blink and ECSTATIC's duel or matchup, you can say. Albeit, as you mentioned, 10-5 previously on the half. Let's see if ECSTATIC can make it a little bit better. If they, in my opinion, if they bring it up to 6-7 rounds, so if it's a fairly equal ending to the first half, then this is anyone's game still. Wolfie, meanwhile, delivers. GXX getting caught on the peak. And that leaves Blink wanting for more. Do they really go for that control of ramp? Seems like Juan Flatro is certainly trying.
Yeah, that he is.
Oh, he's lucky he's alive right now.
Oh, that nade. Watch out, Fasher. That's George that, but now he's at 90 HP at the M4. One bullet to the head, he's most likely a goner. So, have to see if that is going to come into play or not. Because right now, that CT side, they're playing ahead of that smoke as well. I like it. You do want to check this. You do. Last time, Juan Flatro did get a kill out of this, and today, this round denied. They still know they gotta do something to get back into this. Good spam. Now, line of flashbangs. Neri is gotta go through as well. Snopsy, there's the flash. Here's the swing. T side not gonna be wide enough to easily take that duel, and instead, 2 versus 5 for the CT side, and it's just suddenly just both of them gone. ECSTATIC keep it flawless there. A perfect example of ECSTATIC taking a ramp control in a way that does punish that CT side.
Interesting, definitely. I would say the way Blink decided to challenge A ramp definitely surprises us. And here's the cameras of the Blink players as well. Happy to see them finally. We didn't get to actually see many of them or any of them on our first map, but we can see that the players are kind of neutral just now. No real reactions just yet, and there shouldn't be any. This is still early days here on Vertigo. I have to kind of mention it, just the previous round there was a Molotov dropped or an incendiary dropped in CT spawn. I'm not sure if anybody picked it up, but I hope they did, because that molly could have been the difference maker for that last moment push of ECSTATIC. Albeit we didn't get to see it unless they've already used it beforehand. In any case, Synopsy on and off angle. He's going to try and challenge this corner on middle, and he can maybe get a double. Yes, he will. The timing is perfect as both Berg from Sky and Dafu get caught. Manx will reply here as Flatro is got in the corner, unfortunately, of alternate, and he will be immediately duffed out. Whew. That was an 8 kill by Manx as he gets dropped then by Seneri. The trades are still there. Wolfie quick on his toes, and a 1v2 now. GXX with the op, with the molly. He's got Kevlar, bomb planted on B, but the flank is what should worry him as Fasher is approaching. Smells blood in the water.
Good vault all, but a smoke deployed, and now at this point it is that flank, like you said. GXX needs to find a shot immediately, needs to just take a random gander into the smoke, and a no-scope could do, but Wolfie waits. The big, the bad, and he's not move. Does not budge. That's ECSTATIC on to 5. another round they get as they tie things up again here. Like you said as well, if they get any more rounds on their T side than they did at the last encounter they had, more likely than not, we are going to be seeing a very much closer fight. But at least for now, Blink are on a good position, or in a good enough position maybe to contest this map still.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I don't think there's any doubt that, you know, Blink can easily take this 8-7, even 9-6 is still realistic. Obviously, 10-5, not possible. It's a full eco right now, and it will be 6 already for Ecstatic. But I'm believing here that, you know, perhaps a double up could be an answer to their trouble for Blink. The CT side can certainly handle it. Now, retakes will be a lot harder to go by then, though. You know, what we've seen on Dust already is that their op skills are quite manageable and quite hard to counter. So in this case, I'm expecting this to be a close quarter battle. Synopsy through the molly. He tries to push through that bridge position. A second molly could be thrown, but instead of that, a smoke, and they're already moving towards B. Ecstatic are playing this one tactically sound. They are looking... Oh!
Oh, no.
Oh, well, there goes the first accident on the job, guys. And if I could bother our dear observer today to check check the board and T-spawn. Thank you. Yeah, that exactly. Because I believe we just got our first accident. Oof, unfortunate for Regon.
This work site has suffered 1 injuries. That's what it's going to say. We can look at it. There we go, right behind Banks. Ooh. Oh, there. No. Oh,
yeah. There
we go.
Oh,
There it is. Accidents are preventable. They know. They know.
They know. Thank you, Luca, by the way. Of course, our observer. In any case, as I said, this is the round that's going to kind of make or break Blink for this first half. If they can get the victory here, they can easily close 9-6 still. Their CT side seems to be far more on point in this second map, albeit this challenge on A ramp has always been difficult, and you don't want to lose that first contact, at least that first player. Absolutely. Fasher tagged heavily. This is a good start. Blink being patient, though. They don't want to push that envelope, and certainly they don't want to throw away any sort of advantage they've already mustered up. Low amount of utility, by the way. Not to even mention the economical situation. It's actually quite dire for Blink, so a victory is a must. Oh, I love this from GXX.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh no!
that pains to see me.
Tough.
Pains me to see it.
God. Dafu does punish. It's miss you don't get to see too often, really. Uncharacteristic, but not seeing one faster though. They bring it back, thankfully, there for the CTs. But, whew, okay, that does start off a bit shaky.
I mean, look, doesn't matter how it starts off, it matters how it ends. And here it ends with a victory for Blink, double for Synopsy. Absolutely fantastic position he overtakes here. And Ecstatic not expecting, not checking the corner. Unfortunately, a bit of a basic mistake that doesn't really do them too well. Ecstatic now tied up, and as I said, I still believe in Blink picking up the victory in the first half. I do feel like they're better on their CT side than Ecstatic are on the T side right now. Although Ecstatic are known for their aggression, they are known to be absolutely deadly and unstoppable when they get their when they get their mojo on. But Blink seem to have found the perfect balance to be able to stop this. That mid control, not necessarily vital, but it scared Ecstatic enough into submission that now they do not dare to even take it. Look, Dafu, he's just waiting on an off angle here. He's just literally waiting, not having any sort of intention of going aggressively. Albeit Bird from Sky with a flash now could be looking for that first peak. Synopsy from Con. Construction, more specifically.
Oh. Slowly but surely. Got to see a bit of action here, T side. Natalie, are going to make their move? It is towards A, but with the GXX in mid, he's not going to let too many of them do anything about this.
Yeah, dry peek against an op is never going to work. Unfortunately, when you duck peek into the corner, you have to, well, say goodbye to your life. Just like Bob will one day. Oh, Synopsy. Only one might be enough. Yes, it is. Delivered by Juan Flatro. And that will be breaking ECSTATIC's composure here. 11 seconds, not enough time to plant. The round has decided. Well, has been decided. Good hold by Blink. Gotta say, Synopsy's frag was vital. And then Flatro delivering upon the loss of Synopsy as well. Pretty much saved it all. Because if they both fall, even with one frag each, there's a good chance the A side can still be overtaken. But doesn't happen.
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't happen. No chance of that, not today. Said Blink, they are fighting for that half win here. Still 2 rounds until we see what the half end is actually going to be looking like. Could be 9-6, 8-7. Those are the 2 possibilities we have as of right now, but to find out who's going to be in the lead. This, again, same as always. They are respecting Blink and what they do towards round at the beginning. Because they tried going through the smokes a few times, or in a way, tried to go through, playing a bit more aggressive. That hasn't worked out, so it makes sense for them to now just slow things down again. Wait for the util, then throw their own flashes, their own Molotovs. In the meantime, they also gotta throw or show a bit of presence elsewhere, but there's that mentioned Molotov you hear towards the left of the flash row. And in they go, there you go. Ooh. Just like that, T-side crack open a ramp with the first kill. I think that CT side are now down a man and out of position, really, to contest for ramp at least. Neither out of the round yet, though. Smokes are coming through, and Manx with another kill. Now it's starting to look a bit tough here again, though. He's the B-lurk, and he's got another kill here. Not the first time it's happened.
Definitely not the first, and probably not the last as well. Manx already on the off angle. Well, specifically not just an off angle, but a very advanced position that it's hard to predict somebody could be there that early once you lose the sight. And unfortunately for Blink, they're going to have to lose the round, not just the sight. Tied up, ECSTATIC, they're making this one happen, and we are going to be going into the last round with barely any money for the CTs. They've just won the previous. They get themselves the reset of their loss bonus, in a way. And left for dead, effectively. Fasher is going to be able to hunt down one. Nope, never mind. Saneri's on that coverage position. Dafu finds GXX, though. That's the op lost. Oh, boy, this is actually a big problem. Blink, they might be having to say goodbye to their final round buy as well as money. Yep, it comes to a stranglehold. Look at the amount they have left over. Nothing, effectively. Absolutely nothing. A single M4, Deagles, maybe FAMAS, could be an MP9 for Synopsy, could even be a Scout, though I doubt it. I don't think a Scout would be a good choice in this position they're in. But he will go for the Scout. Respectively, I have to disagree here. I feel like the Scout might not be too good of a choice, albeit if he can hit those headshots, then, well, I will eat my words.
Find out, though. CTs, I like this. Now, them to change things up again. Once or twice they've done this.
Yeah.
First one is kill for Wolfie, so now they got to make sure they check Flatro first. And Battery's got his crosshair trained on the angle close enough to it at least, but
I believe he sees on that little bit of a
boost.
boost.
A flash, I think. Scenario's got a flash. Yep. There you go, yeah, flash. Primed, ready, in he goes. But fully blinded Fasher.
Oh,
he dodges the flash, goes just a bit too far.
If I saw correctly, Fasher was facing the wall just as the flash was flying, so he was effectively in an anti-flash spot, even though he wasn't, you know, waiting for that exactly. But it's quite possible they predicted that. I mean, it's a classic maneuver you get to see, and Flatro has been playing that spot quite a little bit as of recently. Manx gets spotted, but doesn't matter. A-side is lost, and this should translate into an 8-7 half for ECSTATIC. This brings about a whole heap of trouble for Blink, and oh, White Swing. Saneri doesn't wait for GXX, though, and now leaves him wandering and alone and isolated. A puppy in the wild must transform into the big bad wolf, or just a werewolf, even better. Doesn't happen.
Not doable.
Nope. Okay. Let's break it down like this.
Mm-hmm.
If Blink win the pistol, which is very realistic, their T side I feel like is a little bit more on point because they can let loose a bit more. They can easily not just tie it up, but they can take away the result quickly in their favor. And then obviously it's all about controlling that economy of ECSTATIC. The CT economy has to be maintained. And if you're able to break it at right intervals, you can make them, you can basically force them into ecos before they even get to a proper chance. And right now, that's going to be an opportunity. Fasher spots the A push, though. Blink, they're going straight for the A site with 4 players from ECSTATIC focused more on mid and B. But the rotations have already arrived. Now Fasher on headshot angle. Nobody taking up those bullets. 5v5 retake is happening.
Oh, but the CTs are fighting this before the bomb goes down, causing chaos in the Blink camp there. And that's not all their forces. There's still a few of them behind the smokes, but they're gonna fade soon enough. Last they do is really going to look at the bomb side with the bomb. It's not there. You gotta find a way in. You gotta find and crack the code here about Scenario fighting at the bomb side. You can't be taken down, and you just gotta go down completely. GXX, last man standing far away with the Glock 18. Doesn't give the best of chances, and that goes to show why in the USB headshots to deliver round of 9. ECSTATIC. Now that is going to kickstart their CT side as well. But still, no smiles. Everyone's just calm.
Stoic. Very stoic, yeah. I'm going to put it like this. Every time I saw ECSTATIC on camera, they were very stoic. They were very calm and collected. And I think that's one of the beauties. Well, when you're able to control your emotions and when you're able to put yourself into full overdrive of skill, well, there is no time for emotions then. We're the ones that can allow ourselves a bit of outbursts at time. Whilst for the players, they need to be hard focused on the job and task at hand. And in this case for ECSTATIC, they need to focus on not losing against these eco pistols. Well, Glocks more specifically, and I don't think they actually will. Seems like they've read this perfectly, and already, yep, there we go. They did. Well,
yeah, ECSTATIC. Yeah, they're not really struggling in these first few rounds at least, but that's more or less kind of expected in the second round at least. But here comes the test. Now, what do we got to think about this one? Recon, he's currently got 1 kill to his name. From the very tip at the top of Dust 2, down from 25 kills, and now this. 1 kill in 18 rounds. That's a heavy hitter going down.
Might not have had his coffee this morning, it's possible. His energy levels are fluctuating. Maybe needs a flux capacitor. Maybe needs to go 88 miles per hour. But Bird from Sky, the push is unstoppable. And GXX will find double. Yep, he will. But look at Daff, he's already close by. He can prevent him from staying alive. The bomb will be picked up, yes. But the damage has already been dealt. And this is going to be horrible. If Dafu finds Synopsy as well, Rigon tagged and bagged. Remains on 1 kill. Now Synopsy, 1v3. He sees Dafu, takes him. Makes it a 1v2, a challenge accepted. But will it be achieved and successful? That's a whole different story. No. Never mind.
Let's not find out.
Nope.
Yeah, Wolfie, he was on the side. I thought he was still in connector, but no. Sadly, he was already there.
Yep.
Ends the chance before it even begins to get anything for the T side. So 7-11, 4 rounds the difference. T side forced down to half by. It's got to be the pistol. It's got to be an AWP for Wolfie. It's got to be the rifles for everyone else as well. The round number 19 begins, and this one now.
Oh, Dafu. To the left, to the left. Usually you have to cover that corner on the left of that little bit of a window so you can bounce off the beam that he tried to. So that's kind of what surprised me a little bit, how he was positioned. But then again, learn from the mistakes. ECSTATIC. They have ample control towards ramp, seems like. No problems, no doubt. And unfortunately for Blink, they seem to be running out of fuel here. Now, we did kind of open up the discussion before going into this second map, and even at the start of the second map when it was tied up 5-5, or actually 5-3 when it was an advantage for Blink, was that, we expected the half to go at least 8-7, maybe 9-6 for Blink. If that were the case, then I could see this still being a potential quick victory for them. Now the tables have turned, and unfortunately, with already a 4-round round victory in a row here for the side of ECSTATIC, this is a bit of a do-or-die moment for Blink. They win this gun round, they're back on track. They lose, and all of a sudden ECSTATIC extend their lead by not just 1 or 2 rounds, but they make it almost to that map and series point. On the verge of being eliminated, Blink might not work well under pressure. Let's find out for certain. Synopsy, good start. At least he brings down Manx for a change.
Yeah, good start there for Blink. Gotta continue. Wolfie with the op. If he does challenges, has to do something to help that or help out teammates, and well, helping out. That's what the T side are gonna be doing there. 3 players swinging at the same time, but in it. Trying to get back, but what else is there? Right now it starts off in a bit of a back and forth. It just needs a few kills, yes, but nothing that's gonna cement the round. For the CTs now, it's gotta be given. They've backed away from A. Faster rotation should be made, but here comes Blink and gotta be knocking down at that, or at least trying to do so, and there's the first already. Rigon does get himself another kill. Perhaps starting to feel a little bit more, and next one though, Bird from the Sky, the challenge he takes. All alone, but still goes to the fight at one most of the side. Rigon has to get that kill, and he does. Wolfie and Vasher both around half HP as well.
And I think they will be looking... Oh, never mind. I wanted to say might be looking to save with the op, but no. It's going to be Fasher that delivers. It's going to be a 2-on-2. GXX cannot miss the shot with the AWP, and he does miss the shot, but now a 1v1 up against Wolfie. Time is still available to Wolfie, but GXX, he will be faster, and he will be more on point as he hits his mark. Saves Blink from a very headless chicken run. Now it's going to be a bit of a chance to bounce back. 4 rounds in a row is what they need. 5 in totality, well, with this one included, that they just got 5 to tie it up. Absolutely possible, but if Rigon will not... Well, actually, if Rigon starts to repeat the previous round's success, then that's possible. If he's going to stay on 3 kills, then I have my doubts. But in any case, we are going to be seeing that short smoke. That was what it was intended for previously, that we saw it missed by Dafu.
Dafu, yep.
Yeah. Which isn't actually a typical smoke to drop it here towards yellows. So it can work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is actually.
Rush that the T-side are going to be going for otherwise. Ooh. Hey, Bird from Sky is removed and Fasher as well. They're ready for them.
There we go. A much needed
Blink show again. Rigon as well. There you go. He's finally picking up a bit of pace.
Blink and you miss it.
That is what they say.
You know what's the good thing here for our Albanian friends is the fact that now they won't have to deal with another buy following suit. This should be an eco next for the side of ECSTATIC. Their loss bonus was at bare minimum, so they're not exactly to be happy with the current outtake. And this should be a full eco. Like, they have no reason to force up into the round. They've got 3 to 4, you know, between 3 and 3.5k, somewhere in between in the bank. That means they can go for ops in the next round. They can go for a half-decent buy with quite a little bit of utility. And look at this, a stack. 5 players towards middle. I like this idea. Does it work? So far, so good. Oh, Synopsy's dead.
Perfect as well. Perfect support utility to go in. They had 2 flashbangs. That's what they use it for.
Yep.
They have forfeited that A site as well. There have been AKs dropped. I believe there was another one at T-Spot as well, but they gave up on that apparently, so see how they fare off or fare with just the one. They have the manpower advantage, but the weaponry definitely does favor still Blink. Util and all of that as well, eating those nades, but I think it's going to be going a bit too far. Instead of the AKs, now begin the wild sprays. The first guy.
Oh,
look at him go. 2 kills. The bomb is going to be tapped, but it's not going to be a stick. Exactly, he's got to make sure they're not on it, and now the Glock is pulled out. He's going to be doing so much damage, enough to even win the round. As Wolfie's off the save.
Still, an excellent eco for Ecstatic. This was a full eco, mind you, and as you mentioned, 2 flashbangs were invested into middle. They got 2 kills to begin with, and at the end finish it off with 4 frags for Ecstatic. That's best case scenario, as we see a timeout going to be utilized here by the Nordic team. Meanwhile, Blink, as we can see here on the player cameras, not going to be overly excited by the current state of this game, I guess you can say. I believe this is Ceneri, if I'm not mistaken. Here we have Gix, aka GXX. Juan Flatro. Rigon. He's very relaxed. I like this.
Yeah,
I like
vibing.
this. He's vibing. Doesn't give a damn. Just like chill down. That's the beauty of
now
it.
trying to regain composure.
Yeah. I like this. You know, you gotta relax. You gotta know how to put yourself at ease, and you know, the less worried you are about something, the better you'll play, I think. And him already having such a tough start, I think it's an important mental part of you know, just putting yourself out there, putting yourself in a state of, okay, look, it happens, it's fine. Let's just focus on what comes next. They were able to shut down the advantage of Ecstatic down to only a 2-round difference, and if they can continue like this, I could see Blink bringing it back all the way.
Definitely a chance, and now we'll get to see as the CT side again, but the economy is the thing you got to keep an eye out on their side of the board, especially. Well, we'll get to find out how these rounds are going to go, because currently USIL back at a full. We saw this the first half as well. But Ecstatic, they're giving them a bit more room to work with here, it seems like. That's the big difference, and Juan Flatro, he's going ahead. Probably all alone as well, but that has during the CT rotate. So if you look towards A, 4-man stack currently, and if they do not shy away from this fight, so Juan Flatro, you are going to be dead if you swing.
No, he knows that. He knows that. He's pulling back. He should be already falling back all the way. His team is ready for that B execution. Now he's basically the bait and switch, and he's done it beautifully. Only Manx is on B side, and I don't think he can hold down the fort that easily. Rigon closing the gap, and oh, Rigon, he's blinded momentarily. Kissing the smoke, but not done just yet.
Look at the seed. Whoop! They're jumping through the smokes. They're going in. They're playing the trading game with a manpower advantage, but they've got to be able to do it perfectly as well. Synopsy, the last man here, as suddenly his entire team is wiped out by players jumping through smokes, through hoops, and now through the last man as well. Oh! A quick transfer, and Wolfie, he's going to try and bring it with a bit of aggression, but a headshot delivered express same day. And into the grave is sent the big bad. As 11 Blink, who are going to try and now bring it back.
Absolutely, a vital round victory. Blink, they needed this this kind of upset, I could say, and this personal performance is what really saves the day for Blink. Let's see if they can continue like this. Synopsis spray, a bit of on the lucky side there at the end to hit the first headshot, but Wolfie did not expect it that easily to come to his, well, to his demise. A 1v1 that Synopsy at the end closes it out. A 1v2 effectively. And we can see that it doesn't affect that much the side of Bert from Sky, at least. He's relatively calm, clearly, and I believe a timeout has been utilized, if I saw correctly. They are currently discussing how to proceed, counter-stratting potentially ideas, having, you know, bouncing back what they've seen from the demos the last time they've played, what they could be abusing against Blink. And ooh, interesting decision. They go for the full investment, FAMAS's M4s and limited utility, a single kit on Manx with a Deagle. I like the idea. Let's see how far they can actually go with it, though.
Yeah, something that you mentioned earlier as well was the fact that Ecstatic, they are not going to shy away from these force buys.
Yep.
And this does go to show that. So it's a must-win round for them, because otherwise Blink is more or likely than not going to be taking that lead. However, this as well, they have read it well in the sense where Blink's economy, again, is going to be in shambles. After that last round, bringing it down to just one. Not as good as they could have been. Like, static pressure has been put, and now here's the result of that as well. Taking their sweet time, though, Blink. I'm not going to give away too much of their game plan just yet, but as all things do, they do come to an end towards the A ramp as well from the CTs. They have to just run back at some point. Now seems to be that point for them.
Fasher lucky to be alive.
Take control.
Yeah, Blink allowed to take over, right? Ramp A. Looking like the split is still not confirmed to go towards A, but it most likely would be in the next few seconds. And Harry, good refrag. Important that they get Bird from Sky. That's one of the M4s out of the round here. ECSTATIC. At this moment. Not everything is just as well. Wolfie. Oh, he knows where GXX gets caught. That's a problem. That's actually a big problem now because Fasher is on the headshot angle. And if he plays it right. Down to Vertigo.
Oh, no, no. Jumping in. Didn't realize where Fasher was.
Whew. Yeah, unfortunate. That's actually a bit unfortunate. Raygon was basically the lurk behind the enemy lines. He tried to be the one to try and get himself into a decent position. The rest of Blink, who was going up A ramp, they didn't expect that close play. Unfortunately, weren't ready to take on the FAMAS early on. GXX getting caught as well pretty much saves the day for, of course, ECSTATIC. And we can see here that Blink is starting to get a little bit nervous. And of course, Raygon not going to be happy with his performance. He is not on point. He is not having a good day right now, or at least a good map showing. Neither is Dafu, for that matter, at 11 frags. But at that point, you know, Dafu's winning, so he can perhaps breathe a little bit easier. A lot of pressure, though, on Blink. A lot of pressure on those individuals like Flatra and Synopsy. They're the ones that have to start delivering. And they've already done so in quite a few rounds, but it is not yet enough. And let's see where exactly this takes us as we go into round 25. Nexus, this could be one of the final one rounds to win for ECSTATIC, and they will close out to 15 almost certainly.
Exactly like you said it. For ECSTATIC, they win this and they're going to be set for 15. There are some changes that can affect it, but I think standard right now. Oh, man, to hear this jump though. Should have an idea at least. That makes quite a noise when you do jump at a teammate, but oh, realize when Flat Show's sneaking up close, and it's all about that timing now.
Manx is dead. Like, the longer he does this, the higher the chance he dies, because Flatra's gonna go through the smoke, is he? Oh, never mind.
Manx is ready. He spotted the boost actually, so he threw the smoke at it now as well. The slightest gap, but he spots the other one on the other side, and close, still challenging this, but GXX and the company blink entire forces towards the B site. Now there's that entry. That's what they need. Wolfie's next. Jumping block or executioner, both apparently. And to continue here as well, it's going to be two more to try to make their way and defend it as well. They both get something out of this one as well. As that's the round decided as well. 14 to ECSTATIC. As they are going to be able to do something here, but Blink, whatever they're doing, it's not enough. Not even a bomb plant.
Yeah, I have a theory that because Manx was on that corner basically ADing, and as soon as he saw the player on stairs, he dropped the smoke and then prepared for that close take. And that's one of the issues that I have here with, you know, with that idea, because it was Flatro's chance to actually break Manx and take the B side without having any losses. And instead, his teammate peeks, gives a reason to Manx to drop the smoke and then prepare for the engagement, having that bit of a gap, unfortunately winning the duel against Flatra, and then basically everything just falling apart for Blink. And with that lost round, as we said, yeah, 14, not just around the corner, but 15 as well. A timeout here being utilized by the Albanian squad, and they will force up with what they have. We have 5 Tech 9s, a little bit of utility here and there, but it is all or nothing here. Win or die, it's as simple as that. They cannot afford to lose a single round anymore. Otherwise, they will face off elimination from the Malta Vibes Knockout Series number 4. And I gotta say, Nexus, an unexpected turn of... Oh, no. No.
No knifing. No knifing policy. But in they go, either way with the second nines, they do get at least one an entryway, a foothold towards A. And another one to come as well. Like, Malta is going to be dropped though. The bomb can be planted, there's still a nade is coming well as well. Somehow it's all going but up for the side of the CTs here. Wolfie, the wallbang isn't going to connect it. Here's the flank as well. Ringo, it could be the hero. That's from Zero.
He will be.
Goes and in for the first as well, having found it maxed out half. UMP and nothing else. One Flatcho is low, but it's always Scenary. One well-placed ball into the dome, but that could be it. And now it's Tech Nines dueling against each other, both requiring only 1 or 2 bullets. But Scenary, he stopped. Now, if that doesn't look like an all tap, I don't know what does. If that doesn't look like he tapped out a game, I really don't know what else would be.
Alt F4, man, that's how it looks like. Oh boy, 15-11, Blink. They already get the site. It is a 2v1 that they have. They take the duels 1v1 though. For what reason, I do not know, but they do. 27-9 against, well, odds that are so negligible for ECSTATIC that this is a huge problem, and a timeout going to be called, a technical timeout going to be called here from, I believe it is potentially actually Blink that called it, because I could see this being a bit of an issue on their side. And Rigon, my friend, unfortunately today is not your day, it seems like, at least not the map. Oh, we see the cameras here. There we go. Okay, so if we break down the round, it started off well. They got that initial... Oh, whoa, 4 players disconnected. Oh. Okay, that's all 4 guys just lost their internet, I guess. That would make sense.
That is a really, really tough thing to see.
I hope it's not an electricity problem, because internet problems can be easier to deal with rather than, you know, if you lose your electricity, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah. All we know is that they've timed out, so hopefully that is just the internet. But 4 players at the same time, I kind of told you there was something about that one. The way it just stopped immediately moving in place.
Oh boy.
See, that would be a reason for a round as well.
Yeah.
But especially at this point of the game as well, number 26, and that gives ECSTATIC 15.
It's just the bigger problem that I see here, even with the bomb plant. Now, I didn't catch a glimpse of how much money the rest of the players had, but if I am correct in assuming that they had barely enough to even go for Galils, maybe we'll see maybe 2 AKs. Well, guaranteed 2 AKs, though I don't think they'll have more than that. Maybe a 3rd or 4th AK without helmets. But beyond that, it's actually getting a little bit scary. Not gonna lie. This is where ECSTATIC excel at. This is their forte. This is what they strive for. Might have been a bit of a closer map than they had hoped, but then again, they've made it look rather simple in the final few rounds here to get up to 15.
Yeah, it was them who were mostly in control, and then Blink on the back foot, and Dust too. That was just something that affected them too much there. Like, we know the past has been kind to Blink on this map against ECSTATIC, but today doesn't seem like that's the absolute case. They've bounced back on the Nordic side there, and now there we are here.
You know, it just sucks that it happens down in a 1v1 where they lose that most important of duels, that, you know, Scenario gets lagged out, that he gets disconnected. Unfortunate. And this is, I don't know, man. This is a tough one. This is very tough. We can see here, you know, the concern on the faces of the players. Sceneri definitely not happy with how it's all turning out. GXX, He's back as well. And I presume the rest of the players will be joining the server and joining back onto the game in a moment or two. Tech pause due to a mass disconnect. So, if we break down the current situation for Blink and their economical state, as I said, barely any money left for those AKs even. What do we think is the best course of action in a scenario like this?
Honestly, that's a tough call to make right now. Like, I've seen the way the A site works out. I don't know. I don't feel that same sort of access towards A that I do currently towards that B or B plays that Blink are going for. I mean, sure, the rotations have been really fast as well, but the way that these rounds have gone, I feel like B would be a slightly better area right now. Just in a way, or just in the way that they're able to get towards the site, yes. And then you gotta be ready for the CTs to keep pushing while you're trying to do whatever it is you're trying to do on the site. Clear your angles and plant the bomb at the same time. Just be ready for the pressure. Maybe just try and fake the bomb plant to see if the CTs bite on that. I think just something simple like that could really get them an edge in the round if they want to do that. But I already know that's not going to be happening, unfortunately. But it doesn't mean it's not going to work out whatever Blink is going to do next. It's just the justified. If they keep going towards A like the way they are right now, then I feel like it's going to give ECSTATIC the edge here.
I absolutely agree with you. I believe that B would be the better choice. It certainly seemed like earlier that they perhaps had a bit of a higher success rate whenever they actually committed towards B. And we got to consider the fact that they're going to be limited on utility. So at max, we'll see a smoke or two, maybe a flash or two, depending if they go for those AKs and or Galils. We could be seeing Mech 10s and mass utility, so the executions are again going to be possible. Though, do you really want to go for the A ramp when you have only utility and no effective weaponry like the AKs? There goes Juan Flatro with the Mech 10. He's got the utility. We've got Scenario as predicted with the AK and the smoke. And I believe GXX should be going for the AK almost guaranteed. Yep, there we go. Now, Rigon could decide to go for an AK as well, but that is going to leave him without a helmet. Meanwhile, Synopsy is forced to play either Galil or a SMG. And yeah, he's going to go for the SMG for the Mech 10. I like that idea because utility is still going to be vital. But this, this is, as I said, this is where you can then abuse those Mech 10s. You can be lightning fast towards B, and if you just get a tiny bit lucky, you might be able to break the defense without losing a single player, and then the afterplant is on, which favors Blink if they get into the site quickly enough. All 5 players are back. Well, all 4 players are back, more specifically. And the fun should begin once again pretty soon. You know what I'm thinking right now? Rigon buys an AK, goes for Mini Kevlar, and gives the AK to Synopsy or maybe Flatro.
Ooh, yeah, not a bad shout.
I think that's the best case scenario they can go for here, because then they give themselves at least, a fighting chance. Goes for the Galil, respect, but I feel like maybe an AK would have been the best choice here. Screw the utility. Give the firepower to your players that are hitting those marks right now.
Yeah, now comes to this. They're not going to play him the way they have at least, so fast to play, but nades are going to be taken because of that, so trade-off between map control and a bit of damage. Just favor that T side. Faster though, completely sprayed down to that. Look at this access one of Flatro. Closer towards the side, they know he's here, but still. The swing comes through information for the T side, and now that puts him in a bit of a stalemate. The smokes are down, and they've got no real way in as of now. Another smoke. Access towards that site, still there.
if they want to do anything about this, they gotta be quick. Look at the CTs, all 4 here, and they got util set up. This is what I was talking about as well. Blink, they're gonna try and get that bomb down and clear these angles. ECSTATIC, they're not gonna let them. As well, that's the flashbangs. That's the whole barrage of util, and that's only the first wave. In come more nades, mollies, the whole shebang, and Rigon forced the fight, and that's put him in the open, completely removed him. He's not the only one who follows. As GXX and Scenari, last 2 up against the 4, and ECSTATIC, and the ding comes through. Bomb is going to be tapped and defused as well, and they're off it as well. They're off the mark. It's done. It's dusted. It's 16-11. 2-0 for ECSTATIC.
And that is going to be a wrap, as ECSTATIC on the retake will be the better team in this case, and will be the better team in the whole of the series. Ladies and gentlemen, that finishes our first series of the convincing 2-0. The performance out of ECSTATIC was what we would have expected. Their previous past loss on Vertigo against Blink clearly hasn't affected them too much, and they had enough to take away from that replay, to take away a few, we can say a few anti-strats. And unfortunately for Blink, they just didn't show up individually, at least for Rigon. He was a little bit quiet in the first half, never really bounced back on the second. And then this technical issue, obviously, I think that's another big problem that they had to go over, that just broke their momentum and more specifically their focus. And that is going to be a wrap, Nexus. That is our first quarterfinal done here, as unfortunately for the side of Blink, they're eliminated from the Malta Vibes Knockout Series.
Yeah, the first map unfortunately didn't go their way, and that in the end is kind of what did cost them. Like, I wanted to see them succeed a bit more than that. From the first real segment we got back, or we got into it, I said I believed in Blink at 2-1. Unfortunately, that is not the case. A 2-0 loss for them. The Albanians knocked out the ECSTATIC. They're going to be making it through to the semi-finals. And still, we've got more of them here. The Albanians, they fought hard. They had a really good match in that second one. It is all came down to that, unfortunately. Players not stepping up, and then Rigon didn't show up until too late.
I do have to agree.
Second as well.
Yeah, that second map was just a bit too much, man. And we can see here already in the updated bracket, ECSTATIC will be your first team to progress on forward to the next stage, to the semis. We will be back in about an hour's time, though, for our second best of 3 series of the day, second quarterfinals, we can say. Of course, it is going to be Dignitas this time around that we'll be watching. We had the chance of seeing them yesterday. They did pretty well, but they'll be facing off INDE IRAE, and we'll see how that one goes. Myself and Nexus will be saying goodbye for the time being, and we'll see you guys in an hour's time. Until then, stay tuned, get some food, and we'll see you soon.